Hello everyone, I'm CS Shalaka Sharma. I am a company secretary and I teach to CS EET, CS Executive and CS Professional. And in today's video, I am sharing with you some past exam questions and their answer writing techniques. If you're studying really good, remembering all the concepts and just not able to reproduce it in your exam answers, then watch this video full. Today I have this question that was asked in company law in CS executive exam for 5 marks. This was question number one, that is of comments. Question number one is asked for 20 marks, one question for 5 marks. Okay, so let us see this question. The question was, a shareholder who holds 99% of the share capital of the company can be held responsible for the acts of the company. Okay, so there are certain rules for writing this type of answer. Okay, and if you know these rules very well, then your answer will not go wrong. Let us see what are the rules. Okay, so the first thing that you have to do is read carefully. Read very carefully. What is going to happen is you have read a lot before exams, but still, such statement, one single statement will be such that you have not read ever. But you need to understand it because you have to answer it. So सबसे पहली चीज आपने क्या करनी है, आपने उसे बहुत ही धीरे से बहुत ही आराम से पढ़ना है. Let us understand. A shareholder who holds 99% of the share capital of the company can be held responsible for the acts of the company. एक शेयर होल्डर जो लार्ज मेजॉरिटी शेयर होल्ड करता है, वास्ट शेयर होल्डिंग है जिसकी कंपनी में, वो शेयर कैपिटल में जिसकी वास्ट मेजॉरिटी ऑफ शेयर होल्डिंग है, वो कंपनी के एक्ट्स के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल ठहराया जा सकता है या नहीं जा सकता है. राइट, सो हियर वी आर आस्क्ड to do the first thing is we have to carefully understand the statement. So we have read it carefully and we have understood it carefully. So the second point that you have to do is understand that uh, statement. And the third is you have to tell whether the statement is true or false. By tell, I don't mean you have to write it in the answer. You have to understand for yourself whether the statement that is asked in the question is correct or incorrect. So we know here that this statement is incorrect. ये गलत है. कोई भी शेयर होल्डर जब किसी भी कंपनी में 99% भी शेयर्स होल्ड करता है ना, तो भी वो कंपनी के एक्ट्स के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल नहीं है. इसके लिए हमने सेपरेट लीगल एंटिटी, सेपरेशन ऑफ ओनरशिप एंड मैनेजमेंट ये चीजें पढ़ी है. बस अभी हमें उन्हें लिखना है. राइट, सो नाउ नेक्स्ट पॉइंट व्हाट यू डू इज you have understood that whether the question is true or false, you have to write it in the nature of give reason. If you remember, if we used to do this in our school, we used to write decide whether the statement is true or false with reasons. Give reasons whether the statement is true or false, and we have to do that only. So once when you have decided that this statement is true or the statement is false, what you have to do is give reasons. Okay, so you have to figure out what the exact question is asking. In a comment form of answer, the question will be asking you two things. Okay, first is why, or the second one is how. Once you figure out this question, whether the question is asking why or the question is asking how, I mean, a shareholder who holds 99% of the share capital of the company can be held responsible for acts of the company. Means why he can be held responsible, or if your question is incorrect and you have to answer why he cannot be held responsible, or how can he be held responsible, or how can the shareholder be not held responsible. Now you have to figure out that in your answer, the answer to this why or this how is present in your answer. And once you have got that, your answer will be absolutely complete. तो लेट अस अगेन सी टेक्निक्स. आपने सबसे पहले क्या करना है, अच्छे से बहुत ही शांति से उस स्टेटमेंट को पढ़ना है, उसे समझना है और डिसाइड करना है स्टेटमेंट सही है या स्टेटमेंट गलत है. एक बार आपको पता चल गया कि स्टेटमेंट सही है या गलत है, उसका रीजनिंग आपको आना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड, यू नीड टू गिव proper reasons for it. You need to understand what are the reasons, okay? And you need to answer them. You need to write it in the answer. Let us see what answer we have written. This is the answer to that question which was asked in June 2012 for 5 marks, and I have written this answer of round about 6 points, okay? So let us see. A shareholder is that person who becomes the owner of the company by acquiring ownership in the share capital of the company. तो सबसे पहले हमने बताया एग्जैक्टली शेयर का शेयर होल्डर कौन होता है. शेयर होल्डर वो पर्सन है जो कंपनी का ओनर बनता है. कैसे? शेयर्स एक्वायर करके, कैपिटल में एक हिस्सा एक्वायर करके उस कंपनी का ओनर बनता है. Such person enters in the capacity of ownership. That is an individual. He might be the director, he might be the creditor, but because he is subscribing to the shares, at the moment he is getting into a capacity of ownership of that company. So, second point we have written that the capacity that person is clothed with is of owner because he has subscribed to the shares. The company form of organization is backed by a salient feature called separation of ownership and मैनेजमेंट. कंपनी फॉर्म ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का एक एडवांटेज होता है दैट ओनर्स आर डिफरेंट एंड मैनेजर्स आर डिफरेंट. The board of directors and the key managerial personnel are responsible for management of the company. कंपनी के मैनेजमेंट के लिए कौन रिस्पॉन्सिबल होता है? बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स एंड की मैनेजरियल पर्सनल. Also, a company being a separate legal entity has a status which is separate from its members. साथ ही साथ सेपरेट लीगल एंटिटी का एक एडवांटेज होने की वजह से कंपनी और मेंबर्स आर टू डिस्टिंक्ट formalities, are two distinct forms. Since it is immaterial, whether any member holds large or small proportion in shareholding of the company, a member will not be held responsible even if he holds 99% share capital of the company. ये सारे reasons होने की वजह से कोई पर्सन लार्ज शेयर होल्ड करता है, कोई पर्सन स्मॉल शेयर होल्ड करता है, ये बिल्कुल भी मायने नहीं रखता है. एंड दैट इज वेरी मच द रीजन दैट a member, even if he is holding 99% of the share capital of the company, he is not responsible. ठीक है. सो हमने पूरा रीजनिंग बताया है यहाँ पे और हमने कमेंट किया है. सी वी आर इंडिविजुअल्स, वी आर ह्यूमन बींग्स. बाय वर्च्यू वी शुड नो हाउ टू कमेंट ऑन समथिंग. हम आई गई चीजें पे कमेंट करते रहते हैं तो आंसर्स में तो कमेंट करते आना ही चाहिए. सो व्हाट वी हैव डन इज इन दीज 6 पॉइंट्स वी हैव रिटन आवर कमेंट as to whether a shareholder, if he, even if he is holding 99% shares in the company, whether he will be liable for acts of the company or he will not be liable of the acts of the company. We have understood that the question has said that he will be responsible for the acts of company. We have understood that it is a false statement and we have to, by reasoning, decide how it is a false statement. I hope you have understood these rules. Please write in comments if you want answer to any other question of CS executive subjects and I'll tell you the answers. And for more such videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.